Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Resistance Radio. I'm your host, Tristan, joined by
I'm your
my
co-host.
co-host, this guy who interrupted me, joined by my
Every
co-host.
time. Every time.
Yeah.
I'm your co-host, Jordan. Welcome back, guys.
And we have another. Well, he's been in on every episode so far, so you kind of like. I guess he's like a co-host.
He's
He's like the
like that
third.
neighbor that comes over for sugar and awkwardly
Just
amount of times.
yeah, and he just stays there. Like he comes over for sugar. You go back in the house to grab the sugar. He just lets himself in, and he sits at like the
Yeah,
freaking table.
yeah.
And we
He's one of those
just
guys.
yeah,
We just tolerate it at this point.
not
Okay.
really. Alden brings some food to the table though.
Some food. He
Yeah,
brings like those powdered donuts that you eat
yeah, yeah,
after
yeah, yeah.
dinner.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, he's a powdered donut guy.
Speaking of powdered donuts, what's new with the world, guys? Any of you guys got any
Well,
crap, new crap to talk about? What's been happening?
I'm gonna start off with Cold War.
All right, pretty solid.
The Cold War event. I streamed it like the first day it happened.
Yeah, I was at work. It happened around like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
on Wednesday, or 1 p.m. not
Yeah,
1 a.m.
not 1 a.m. Not what kind of psychopath you think I am.
You literally stayed up till like 3:30 last night or this morning, but okay.
But anyway,
Anyway, continue.
it happened. It happened, and keep in mind. Well, I mean, now we're recording this podcast like a day before it comes out, so everything's like very close to the mark. We usually record on like between Wednesday and Friday, but now we're recording on a Sunday, so we're not going to miss anything these next few days. But not these next few days. There's no. Anyway, the point is, yeah, I streamed it. I don't think I got any viewers, but I did get some views on YouTube once I re-uploaded the entire stream. And the funny thing was, on my stream, is that I didn't know how to transition very well. So, and I'm also like used to pressing start recording instead of start streaming. So
Mhm.
I started the countdown at 30 minutes, right? And then like about 16 minutes in, I go on my phone to check like, oh, is the stream running well? Is it, is everything going all right? Then it says Apollo your king is offline. I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I come in and I look and it says it's recording instead of streaming. So I literally just streamed, sorry, I literally just recorded like 16 minutes of a countdown clock and
Yeah, I saw that.
royalty
I
free
was wondering
music.
What you were doing there? Kind of funny.
And even the transition wasn't all that well because I used I used a website for the countdown clock,
Oh.
and all of a sudden, right, all of a sudden, like it was time to get back on. So I opened up Modern Warfare on the Xbox, and I tried to transition to the seed where it was actually recording where my Xbox was, and it didn't transition. It just kept on that one website, and it just got like a half a poorly cropped Google ad, and I was just freaking out. And then I finally found the transition button, and I'm like, well, that was kind of awkward. Um, but we're here now. It's my first time doing something like that, so just bear with me. And then we went on. I played some rounds of Warzone, and then I'm sitting there at 131, and I'm like, okay, when's this Warzone event gonna happen? Because I'm in the middle of a game. I'm like,
Yeah, you kept on
should I
dying,
leave?
too.
Yeah, I did. It was horrible gameplay, but I'm like, should I leave or like not? And then I was like, if I leave, I feel like I'm gonna be like a compilation of idiots who like left during the actual event. But then also, I said on the flip side, I could be on a compilation of people who didn't leave. So he's like,
Right.
I sat there and thought for a little bit. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to take the chance. And I just left. And there it is, the Know Your History option. And I didn't know what was going on. I prayed to God that I was able to respawn because, like, someone whacked me right off the bat. And, like, please let me respawn. Like, please don't let me go down like that. And I came back with everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, that's good.
I'm glad that they didn't make it to where if you just die, you gotta like do a different lobby. I would hate that
Yeah, that would be
because especially
disgusting.
with all the tryhards out there. I just would have hated that. So I'm glad that they, made it friendly for everybody.
Yeah, I heard a story where there was some guy trying to get to the weapon at the very end, which I don't want to spoil what it. Well, I mean, at this point, I think it's all done. So
Yeah.
well, someone was trying to get to Woods to get the weapon, and there was like a team of four just camping Woods, and they wouldn't let him get it. That's a horrible thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did that. We also did it ourselves at a later date, and y'all got everything. We got one random teammate, and this idiot decides there was like 30 seconds on the clock. This guy is in the middle of Timbuktu doing God knows what.
Town,
Yeah, we're at the TV station because that's where it told us to go. And once everyone got the Bay of Pigs thing, so I was making sure that these two got it because I already had it, and it didn't matter for me.
Right. Yeah, 'cause me and Orton had other stuff to do.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so I got them the thing or whatever. I'm praying to God that they get it, even though if this guy doesn't get it. And it turns out they did get the actual like blueprint. But I went over to the guy who's driving like a semi truck all the way to the TV station, and I go over to him with a helicopter.
Literally,
and
1 minute to spare.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, you gotta like get in this helicopter. I even went to game chat and everything. I'm like, bro, get in the helicopter. This dude jumps out of this of the dump truck or whatever it is. It's one of those ones with a flat bed in the back.
Yeah.
He gets out, looks at me, looks over to the truck, marks the truck as to say, get in the truck, and then gets in the flatbed and he thinks I'm going to taxi him to the TV station, even though I was going to taxi him in the helicopter.
Right.
I'm like, bro, you're an idiot. I don't care if you don't get it anymore. I was just like, man.
Yeah, there's no helping people like that. And plus, I feel like I swore he was kind of a troll because I wasn't sure if we all had to get it because you saw the little check boxes.
Yeah, exactly.
The
last one wasn't checked off.
The last one wasn't checked.
Yeah, like get the weapon, and then we all three had it, and I thought he had to have it before we could get the blueprint, and I was gonna go ballistic because I missed it once, and then I think it happened again on Friday. Friday night is when we did it again, and I was like, I swear, if I miss it again and I did all this, I experienced it, but if I did all this, then I can't even like get the blueprint, I'm gonna like go crazy. So, but thankfully they didn't make it like that, because there are like a bunch of freaking trolls out there that probably like messed it up for everybody. Which,
you got everything. You got the blueprint. You got the charm. You got the calling card and everything else.
Yeah, those are cool.
So yeah, you did get the full benefit, except for the last box being checked off. But honestly, that doesn't really.
No, I think we got it. I think I actually ended up getting that.
Oh well, no, I don't think the last box is ever checked, but it doesn't really mean anything as long as you guys got the Bay of Pigs blueprint. It don't matter.
Yeah. The event was really cool though.
The event was amazing.
We had to run back.
Yeah.
To the stadium.
That's one thing I loved was what's in the words came up and it said active measures, and then the thing I was freaking out about was when it said crisis, and all of a sudden you see all these planes.
You see all the warthogs I think they're warthogs. They were like up in the air and just buzzing. Like I got shot a couple times.
I got shot too.
Our teammate died from one of those things.
Yeah, no one.
So funny. I was like, serves him right. It served him right.
Yeah, I don't know how he died. I don't know how you died through that, man. Because like I got shot a few times too.
Yeah, if you would have stayed where you were, I saw you. You were right next to me. If I would have stayed where I was getting shot, I would have died too. So I quickly like shimmied to the left.
And everyone had the same reaction. Like, I even saw some YouTubers. Like, I saw Dr. Disrespect do it, which apparently he's back, which I don't know the full detail of that.
Yeah.
But he did it. He did it. And, and Alden said the same thing. I don't think you said it, Jordan, but once that Yuri guy came up on the screen, like near the end, like, both Alden and Dr. Disrespect both had the same reaction, just like, and I did too when I initially did it. Yeah, get off my screen. I can't see anything because this guy is on my screen.
Dude,
So
it was getting really intense when it said you will not survive and that the gas was closing in.
yeah,
I was like, okay, I'm booking it. I'm pretty sure I got punched a couple times because this one guy kept turning around and looking at me as we were running in the same direction. I'm pretty sure he punched me or threw a rock at me, and I'm like, "What are you doing? What are you what are you doing?" But it was so cool because as soon as you got like through the city part, it you just see all the planes, the warthogs just flying through the air, and it was like, "You will not survive." What were the other things? A bunch of the words were being marked like blacked out. Um, it was really cool. And then you saw the trailer, and I got hype. Like
right.
like
Bro,
when
I
Call of
pre-ordered
Duty
it right
Ghosts came
after
out,
all that.
hype. Like I remember seeing the trailer for like don't hate on me. Like, Call of Duty Ghosts, when that trailer came out, I know everyone was hyped for that, and I was too. So that I kind of got like that same reaction. I didn't get it for Black Ops because I didn't really start out with that like you guys did, you and Alden did, you know. But
Yeah.
you guys kind of like pushed me towards that, so like thankful. So um, but yeah, dude, that trailer was something. Um, I like how they put Reagan in there. He looks good too,
Oh yeah, freaking Ronald Reagan.
dude. He looks good. He sounds good too. I wonder how they did that. If they pulled like a Carrie Fisher or something. Um, I really wonder how they did that. Hopefully they'll like show us how they mainly his voice. If they like took specific lines from like
Well, they did the
certain
same
things.
thing for first of all, there's like many different like voice impersonators,
That's true.
so
But that
they
was
could do
spot
that,
on.
right? But there's
I
a
mean,
lot of
I
other
get
ones that
that's
could,
their job, but
yeah, because they did. Like it's not that was the first time they ever impersonated someone from history. Like Black Ops One, we had JFK. You know,
forgot about that. Totally forgot about that. You just reminded me about that. Yeah.
and not only in the
Um,
cutscenes, but we also had him in the zombies map.
Right. Yeah, which was even more sick. That was like probably the coolest thing.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the other guys, Nixon was also in there. Nixon was in the zombies map, and there was another like secretary in there, and I'm pretty sure that secretary was like an actual like real guy, and the other guy was Castro. But the thing is, Castro
Yeah,
was
Fidel
speaking.
Castro.
The Castro was speaking English, so I don't know like how spot on they were
I think
being with Castro. I mean, he had like a few. I think he had like a few Spanish lines, but most of what he said was English. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
he did.
right.
I don't know if if they even like try to be spot on with that because
Right.
it's not his main language.
Right. Well, I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I think what does it come out November 16th,
13th.
13th? Okay, I keep getting confused with Cyberpunk. Yeah, I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I think I probably will be pre-ordering the.
Make sure you get the cross gen, like at the
It's
very
gonna
least.
be. It's gonna have to be. Oh wait, that's the one in the middle. It goes
Yeah.
standard, cross-gen, and
Yeah.
then what? Ultimate? I don't
Um,
remember. I didn't really get to look at the packs. I don't know.
Oh, well, both the second and third were cross-gen, yeah.
The
Yeah, like-
third one has what? Like maybe season pass and all? Maybe. You think?
Didn't that one also come with the last one? Also come with the Woods skin and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
only if you pre-order it. I think you get that either way.
Yeah, you get the wood skin. Like literally, it was funny because like a few days before that, I remember saying, and I quote, "I don't really like any of the coalition skins because I switch between like Price and Wyatt, but I don't really like any of them because I don't think I'm good enough to be Price, and I don't really follow the Modern Warfare story as
Yeah, I
much
wanted
as
to say that.
yeah. I don't follow the Modern Warfare thing as much. Like Price, he's cool, but like I don't really care all that much. And all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, you could have Woods the skin." I'm like, "Bet, take my
I'm
money."
like, take my wallet. Yeah.
Yeah, here you go.
Shut
Yeah.
up and take my money.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, the Ultimate Edition. buy this digital Xbox One version, Call of Duty Black Ops War, Cold War from the Microsoft Store. Okay, so pre-order and receive early access to the open beta. Iconic operator Frank Woods, an assault rifle weapon blueprint for immediate use in Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, and Warzone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
You know
I
what?
guess that's just. Oh, here it is. In this bundle, the game content pack 1, 2, 3, 4, land, sea, and air pack. So, I don't know.
Those might be
I
like
don't know
DLCs.
Probably. I mean, I hope they would come out with DLC and not just like multiplayer DLC, but like maybe like other missions or.
I know they're not having a
maps.
season pass.
They're not. Okay.
Yeah, there's
It's a little unfortunate. Because if they're gonna have zombies, or like if multiplayer is gonna be big and like actually enjoyable, they're gonna probably want to come out with some maps or something. Because at least that's what they do. That's at least what they try to do.
Right, and just for the viewers who get confused between a season pass and a battle pass, I'm sure everyone knows what a battle pass is. It's like if you earn certain items through like different tiers, you could buy them for like $10 to get like the ones that are locked. A season pass is basically so what Call of Duty used to do throughout World at War all the way up to Black Ops 4, basically any Treyarch Call of Duty, is they have 4 DLC packs, and usually it goes that you have 1 zombies map and 4 multiplayer maps, but there were 2 of them specifically that had 5 zombies maps instead of 1 zombies map and 4 multiplayer maps. But either way, a season pass is something that you can get for like $40, and you have like all the DLC that's coming in basically, and each DLC is about like $15 each. So like that's basically a $60 bundle. Sorry, a $60 worth bundle for $40. Basically, you get like a $20 discount. So that's basically what the difference between a season pass and a battle pass. But here, I'm hearing that they're not having a season pass.
They had that for like the other, like I'm pretty sure for all 4 games they've had that.
Oh, I had it
Maybe
for
because of the
World at
zombies.
War, Black Ops 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Right. Okay, so all 5 games. I know they had it mainly because of the multiplayer maps and the zombie maps. I think was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Which I mean, did they? Are we having zombies for Cold War?
I believe we are.
Okay.
Someone.
I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. But I can let Alden talk more on that. But Alden told me that it's not going to be the Primus, Victus, or Ultimus people anymore. I don't know if it's going to be like a new. Yeah. Go on, Alden.
Yeah, we're no longer playing as any of the characters that we used to playing as. We might be playing as like, I don't know. It's still a bit iffy on what it's going to be like because they still haven't gone into great detail. But the story is for the most part, we're not going to be playing as Primus, Victus, Ultimus, any of them. Like, we might be playing as other characters in like that in that universe and stuff, but just not those characters specifically. But
Yeah, because we did have other guest characters like the crew from Shadows of Evil. And we also had, and I highly doubt that we'll have the crew from 5. But there's been other, the actors from Call of the Dead.
Yeah, we had Call of the Dead, those actors and stuff.
Which a lot of people don't really realize is that Sarah Michelle Gellar actually had a lot to do with part of the story, because if like it unfolds in like Black Ops 4, like throughout little Easter eggs that she looked more into. She escaped and she looked more into what was going on. I think she actually did find Shangri-La, and possibly other places as well. but I don't know what ultimately happened to her. But I do know that she specifically has, and of course we'll talk about a fictional Sarah Michelle Gellar, because I know that's an actual person. But she I don't know what ended up happening to her, but I know that she looked more into 935 and what was going on. I know that she did find Shangri-La at some point, but
yeah. And all I heard about her was that she was the only one that escaped. And she went to some city and nobody believed her when she, not a city. She found some place with civilization and nobody believed her. And then she did some more research into how all the 935 stuff and came across Shangri-La, and yeah, that's pretty much all I know.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the list, because I know they Call of Duty put out a thing on their Twitter saying like this is what we're gonna get or that's what we're not gonna get, but I can't find it.
It'll be just a little weird, but hopefully maybe in the future maybe they'll do something like that. As long as we get zombies, I'm good. I
hardly
don't know.
play zombies.
I play zombies only because of you guys. In case you forgot, like I didn't play zombies at all.
Yeah, the only time that Jordan's ever really played zombies was with us, and he's only played Kino and the one from Zombies in Spaceland, which is a total different Call of Duty from this,
different,
but still,
I
honestly,
actually like that. That's very fun.
Honestly, I hate Infinity War, or Infinite Warfare, or whatever it was.
It was Infinite.
Yeah, Infinite Warfare. I hate it for everything. Everything is disgusting there. But honestly, the zombies mode, the story is absolute garbage, but it's actually very fun to play.
Willard Wyler, and it's like how he's like the one that like sent these characters in all the movies and stuff.
Right.
I mean, Willard Wyler is an actual person, right?
I figured as much. But either way, that was like our first.
The game was still trash.
That was like our first gameplay video, and now that was garbage.
That was my very first time playing.
Yeah, then we played.
My second.
We tried playing Keto, but I don't think I even kept the footage to it. But it was. I remember when we tried to get. Dude, the voice. The voice communications in Black Ops 1 was absolute garbage.
Dude,
you remember when we switched to game chat?
Yeah, it sounds like you're underwater and through a 12-inch steel door.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It was. I couldn't understand Alden at all because I was because I don't think you spoke during that time.
Oh, when we were playing?
Yeah, when we played Keto and we went to game chat, I don't think you spoke. The only thing I remember was Alden trying to speak, but I couldn't understand Alden. Alden couldn't understand me, so we just decided to go back to party chat.
Yeah,
it was disgusting.
Very fun though. Good memories. We gotta do it again.
Blake,
but
clear. Oh, go ahead.
No, I don't. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, but clearly, out of the three of us, when it comes to playing zombies, who's the best at playing, who has the most skill, it would definitely probably be me, because I pretty much play zombies 24/7.
Yeah, it
yeah.
used to be me. It used to be that Alden was super into multiplayer, and I was super into zombies. It was the other way around. But now, I still think Alden could whoop me in multiplayer in most Call of Duties, except for probably Modern Warfare, only because I own the game, and Black Ops 3, because honestly, I think I'm kind of good at Black Ops 3. But besides that, it used to be, Alden was just into multiplayer, but then I got him into zombies, and now that's all he plays is Black Ops 4 zombies like a psychopath.
I mean, hey, I'm even playing zombies now. Like, it's not Black Ops. I'm playing Dead Island instead. But
Oh yeah, it's kind of different, but at the same time, I get where you're coming from.
still, it's zombies. So,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still
speaking of
zombies.
zombies, I think they're trying to make
it's
Left 4
zombies
Dead
part,
3.
part of Wilson. Oh no, never mind. Okay, I thought you
No,
were
no, no,
talking
but
to someone
they
else.
also are trying to do that too. I think something about the zombies being under the ice at the
At
dam.
Warzone.
Yeah, in Warzone at the dam. Something about them being under the ice at the dam, and I'm like, all right, because they people keep going into the source code and finding all these different like chants or not chants, but like phrases, like you know when you go into the when the gas is closing in, literally they say the gas is closing in.
Yeah,
Um,
like different.
they made it. Yeah, they uncovered some phrases where like zombies are stronger in the gas, and I'm like, oh shoot, like that's crazy.
Yeah,
So
that's weird.
it's either that they're gonna add it, or they were, and that it's just still there.
I know that Modern Warfare, the team definitely had a zombies thing that was supposed to come out with the rest of Modern Warfare.
Right.
But the whole idea, or like not the whole idea, but like it was kind of like canceled like right before.
Yeah.
Major updates were like putting into the game, like like the finalization of the game. I think they like cut the project, so I think it still has like some things like you said in the source code. They found some things.
It's either old or it's just put in there for future use, and it's just put on hold for now.
Yeah,
But I mean,
but
I
this
hope
is supposed to
that's the
be
case.
like season 0 type stuff, and now we're halfway through season 5, and we still haven't had it. So I don't know what's gonna go on there.
Yeah, they're also supposed to be making a bunch of other remastered maps for Black Ops 4, but
No,
yeah, but that like
Yeah, I
that
heard
was
about that.
just like
I don't know
completely
how that would.
canceled.
I don't know how that would classify as remastered. Wait,
Like,
you
it
mean
would
they
be
take
like-
maps from 4 and remaster them?
No, like,
they
it's-
take maps from the other Black Ops zombies games. And
Yeah,
then
kind of like
they
Chronicles.
remaster them.
I think that people were calling
Yeah,
it
like
Chronicles
it
too.
was,
Kind of like Chronicles.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which
Pretty
honestly,
solid.
Chronicles is the only way I could really play zombies on Black Ops 3. Gonna be dead honest with you. I mean, every once in a while I'll play Revelations. As I bought it, I was like, it's a combination of old zombies maps, might as well, but I barely touch it.
I mean,
think
if
I'm
I
with you.
had that, I'd probably play a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, but-
I remember that was the other thing that Jordan played with us was Zombies Chronicles. I don't know if we touched Kino on there, but I know we
I
did
bought-
Ascension.
3, just so I could buy Chronicles and play with you guys. I
Yeah,
think
we
it was like
did.
$5, so I might as it's
Yeah, I
straight
think
up
you guys
might
the
as
kind
well.
of like deal on it, and then
Like
our
Christmas.
friend Jelly was trying to get it earlier. It was like $60 for like the full game in Chronicles.
Yeah.
And he was right. That's the only thing that's available. Either you get the game in Chronicles for 60, or you get the full game season pass in Chronicles for 100. Those are your only two options with that thing on the Xbox Live.
Yeah.
Oh, and we also have. You guys want to talk about the GTA thing?
I mean, sure. if
What's
you
up with
want
the
to.
GTA thing again?
So there was this money glitch that was going around.
Oh,
It was going around like different social medias, but like I think it was most prominent on TikTok. And our friend Courage,
cracked down on it, isn't it?
yeah, our friend Courage got
Shit.
into it, and he got knee deep into it. Like once Courage finds a money glitch, he just goes right at it, and
Dude, he went ham.
yeah, dude, he even like goes through this whole thing where he like launders the money, and he even calls it that is money laundering. He's like, dude, you gotta, because he was telling Alden, he was like, dude, you gotta like take that money, buy like cars, and then sell the cars, and like you only get like a certain percentage, but like you could say that you got it legitimately. Well, even with all the money laundering, he still got caught. Everything went back to zero, except for
Right.
like the money that
Which
he
is very
legitimately earned. Very
Yeah,
unfortunate.
he only had like when he got his stats reset, he only had like 38 million, which is still
Yeah.
kind of a lot, but
Yeah, it is, but it's not going to give him the same stuff that he had before. You know, but now he's only like level 1. It's just, oh, that's kind of funny to me. But no, but yeah, they did that with like everyone who used the glitch, most likely. Which honestly, I don't really blame people for doing money glitches on GTA. I'm usually like against cheating, but the way that GTA is set up, it's either you spend a bunch of money in shark cards and buy like the most, weaponized things, or you grind for like 2 weeks straight to
I mean,
get one
if they
little
made it
oppressor.
You lost
if they made
everything.
it too easy for people to get money and stuff like, then everyone would just have everything. And
Well,
Yeah.
of course, but like they don't need to make it as hard as they do, and then be like, well, I know it's hard for you, but if you give us $100, we'll give you a little bit of money. Which honestly, I think like the highest shark card's like 4 mil. 4 mil is not going to get you much, because like with the oppressor, like the oppressor's like between 3 and 4 mil, but like you need a terabyte with the vehicle workshop in it. Then
I
you
think it
also
might be
need
more
the
than that. I think it might be 8 mil.
what, the
For, like-
oppressor?
No. I think the highest you can go for a shark card with real currency, I think, is like 8
It
mil
might be 8
in-game
mil.
currency.
It might be.
Because I remember Courage was so invested into buying them, and then he was like, "Screw it, I'm just gonna do one of these glitches." And I was during Christmas time, I think, when we started playing with him. And when they were still having that it was like before it or after Christmas when they still had some of those like really good deals, like 80% off everything. And he bought like 2 of them, or he bought some kind of like DLC pack that had a shark card. I think he bought like the Criminal Enterprise pack for like $10, and then he bought a shark card with it. So,
Right.
and I remember I kept freaking like selling it, which was kind of funny.
Yeah, you were going around saying, "Yo, you
GTA
gotta
gave
get the
me-
you gotta get the Criminal Enterprise pack.
Dude,
That's
GTA,
such a good
they
pack."
need to pay me.
Which honestly, the Criminal Enterprise pack for like $10, honestly, ain't half bad. It's not gonna lie to
bad
you.
at all.
Not
You
gonna
get
lie
like
to you.
3
It's
mil from it, I think.
no,
Or
you
no,
only
you
get
get, like,
you only
2 mil.
get no, you only get 1 mil, but you get 10 mil worth of things. Like you got like the office building, you get a free
Bunker.
motorcycle club. I don't. Do you get a bunker with it?
You get a bunker,
Oh right.
and then I bought a facility. No. You get a. It's either you get a facility. Where can you do the?
No,
Doomsday
you get-
Heist? The facility.
Yeah. You get you
Okay,
do
so
the
you get a
Doomsday Heist
bunker.
through the facility.
Yeah, you get a bunker. You get like 10 cars, like 7 cars and 3 motorcycles, which is pretty solid.
yeah,
And it was around that time when I bought it that they were having a really good deal on hangars. So I got mine at the LSIA. Let's see, they're like 2 mil over there, so I got it for like 900,000, which was pretty dang good. And then I bought like I think I bought a plane after that.
Right.
Yeah, they were just having a lot of good deals. But yeah, I think we did it one time, Tristan. You and me, we did a money glitch one time. Alden, you too, actually. didn't
No,
you?
Alden
mean,
tried
you
it,
didn't-
but
you
it
tried
didn't.
it.
It didn't work out.
Oh, it didn't
yeah.
work.
Yeah.
You guys
He
tried to
died.
get me in on it, but it was already patched by that
I
time.
thought he died and he couldn't like finish what he was trying to do.
No, it was
Oh,
that.
no, I didn't die. It's just
They-
that
they
the glitch was
patched
already
it.
patched by the time you guys had me try.
That sucks.
Yeah, they only
Somebody
patched it.
died
I remember I got
when
like
he was with us.
a good 4 mil. Yeah. No, that was me, because there was this one jerk who came up on me and
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
shot me once I only got at like 500k. I'm like, bro,
Freaking,
come on. I ruined his
so
entire
random.
day.
Yeah, we were doing something with the bounty hunter thing. Where you have to like go find a map or something and go to a specific location, like treasure hunting, I think is what it was. You get
Yeah.
like an email from somebody.
Yeah, it's the
And
treasure hunt for the cult revolver thing.
weapon, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
And I had already
Yeah,
done it, so I had to switch to like a second character to do it.
Yeah, because you finished it.
Same-
You had the
same
gold
for me.
piece, I think, is what it was. You called it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you couldn't do it if you had already finished it. So it led you, your email for your treasure hunt led you to some kind of
It was at the beach.
cemetery. Oh, I thought it was a cemetery.
It was
outside the city.
That was like one of the times that we did it successfully, but like it sent me to like a beach out in the middle of nowhere, and it was like that lake that's in the middle of the map, and this one dude
Oh,
came
yeah,
up and
was-
shot me.
I wasn't that far from you. I think I watched you die on the mini map. I was like, crap, I could just run over there, but
And I told you, I was like, bro, don't just do what you gotta
yeah, 'cause you're
do.
better
You gotta.
shooter.
You gotta make money, and don't worry, I'm gonna ruin this guy's entire life, and I
You
did. The thing
'Cause
was
you're,
like,
you're a better shooter than I am.
I was mad. If the guy didn't quit, that thing would have been like 50-3. It was
yeah,
man.
you're being one of those oppressor using 12-year-olds.
I barely use the oppressor,
No,
chief.
Oppressor killing 12-year-olds.
And honestly, like the oppressor is way OP. But here's the thing. Well, I don't know about now because I haven't touched GTA in a while.
Oppressor.
But I'm
marked
able to get like a regular gun and still be good at the game. While the rest of the people is the moment that they get on the ground, they're absolute garbage. Crush. But I'm sorry, but he kept on bombarding us with the B11. But the moment he was
kept
on the ground,
bombing
he was
villages.
absolute garbage.
Right.
Just disgusting.
I'm not that great at it on ground. Like I can outmaneuver a little bit of you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Once
I
you're like the
got-
helicopters or the stunt planes, you're able to like dodge me for a little bit. I always get you in the end,
You
but
always get me in the end because I always crash into a freaking building. Oh.
but yeah, you were getting good with maneuvering out of the way of like missiles
'cause everyone
and
else sucks, and I watch you and like you're like in God mode when you're in a freaking plane.
just getting the
I don't
Hydra, just make
understand.
things happen.
Yeah, it's the Hydra, and you just knocking oppressors out of the sky like they're flies, and you're the swatter. Like what the hell?
Oppressors are really hard to get. What I do with
They're
them,
so freaking fast.
yeah, and they're so small
wrong.
too. To hit them with that cannon, because the cannon's like a straight, like really accurate beam.
Right.
And most of the time I can hit things with the cannon. Like I can hit like a small car, anywhere from like a small car up with the cannon, but or explosive machine gun or whichever term you want to use. But when it comes to oppressors, those things are really hard to knock down. But they're also really easy to maneuver by, because what they'll do is they'll send like 20 missiles at you. They have a limit on missiles, and I'm able to just you're able to maneuver that no problem, And the only other thing is when they try to get in front of you and shoot you with a missile. I could see them doing that on the mini map. So what I'll do is I'll rotate my plane to like the opposite side of what I was originally doing, and then just go back around in a circle, and that messes up their entire pattern. So it's real simple to go around. I remember I was in a dogfight between a Hydra and 2 other oppressors, and I somehow won with that. It was a real pain. They gave me a run for my money, but I still got them on the ground. But yeah, but nowadays I don't think I'm as good as I used to be, because I haven't really
been on in a hot minute.
Yeah, I haven't been on
We've been just
for a
all-
long while.
We haven't really. The only thing that we really all played together was like Warzone.
Yeah.
And even that we haven't really done that much except for like the live event. We've just been kind of like just doing our own thing, but staying in the same party, and that's all.
Yeah, that's basically what we do. It's not really important to be in
Yeah,
the
that's not a
same
problem.
game. We all just do our own thing. We hear
Yeah.
Jordan doing his own thing all the time, freaking like gunshots everywhere coming from his mic because he can't
Yeah.
use his headset.
Okay, wait, Tristan, what's the name of that one plane to I forget what the name of it is, but like if like you walk in through the back of it, you can sit down in these chairs, and like when you
The
sit down in the
Avenger.
chairs, you can like yeah, the Avenger, and like okay, so yeah, me, Crush, I think Chris and Nick were playing, and there was some like we were on the ground. And there was some guy in an oppressor trying to kill us all when we were all sitting inside the Avenger. And hey, I was just sitting at one of the cannons, like trying to find the guy in the oppressor, and like I freaking calculated this shit. Like I was looking at his flight pattern and like looking to see where he was going. I aimed over to the side a little bit and freaking and shot, and I nailed that guy. And, like,
Oh, that's gotta be a good shot then.
yeah, like I was like, how did I actually land that shot with how fast the oppressor moves?
I remember there was like a few times in GTA where I was like, man, I shouldn't have landed that, but I did. Not just in GTA, but in
Yeah.
other games as well. Um, yeah.
So, okay, so was there anything else you guys
Um,
wanted to go into?
there was the other thing. It's kind of like political. Um, Jordan, did you want to start us up with that, or oh, he is here.
I mean, we can. No, I just wanted to like point out as probably everyone knows, um, the whole thing with that 17-year-old kid. Really, you know, us. Don't remember names.
Yeah, we don't know
Um,
names here.
No, we don't know names. But shoot, Alden. I thought you were on top of that.
Oh,
This
I didn't
guy.
even know what the hell you guys were talking about when you brought it up.
I don't remember
I
what
didn't
state
even
he
hear
was
about
in.
him.
That just goes to show how much research I did on it.
I know
I
he
really
did
wasn't
travel a
prepared for this.
long ways though. That's the
This, I wasn't prepared for this podcast, but
no one
he's
was.
a 17-year-old kid, right?
The
He's a
people listening
17-year-old
aren't.
Kid. Right. They're
People,
never.
yeah, the people listening aren't even prepared for it. They don't know what they're listening to right now.
Dude.
But we're glad that you're
So-
listening. But go on. I'm sorry,
Right.
Jordan.
No, you're good. So he was a 17-year-old kid with an AR-15, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like in Missouri. I think this might have happened. I could be completely wrong on that. Alden, fact check me, please. And
Still, I didn't look into this stuff. I didn't even know what you were talking about when you brought it up.
just fact check me on it. Just
Kenosha.
look it up. So wait, did you just give me the name?
The
I think
Kenosha.
Tristan did.
He was in Kenosha. I don't know where Kenosha is though. Hold on.
Neither do I. But he pulls out. He's carrying this AR-15, and he had killed 2 people, and I think wounded either 3 or 1 other guy. Now, at first, hearing about this, I think it was during a like BLM movement, which I really don't know if it had anything to do with that, but it was during that when this all happened. So there, hearing about that, I'm like, okay, this is really getting out of hand. And then I heard more about it. What had happened was, he was, lived in the town, lived in the area. He was working at, I think he works at this car shop, where they sell cars. It's just like a little place, and him and like a bunch of other like militia were there kind of protecting the cars because a couple of other places like that where they sell cars were robbed, and like all the cars were just set on fire. So a big group of people, all with like semi-automatics, handguns, whatever, were all just trying to protect the owner of the shop's business, which is fine, and that's great because BLM is getting a little out of hand, with the rioting and crap. So he's there doing his part, but then and somehow up further up the road or somehow, and people see him with this AR-15 and are trying to grab it from him because if you wouldn't you try to like do your best to either just stay away from them or grab it from them so that you don't know if they know what they're doing. So people were trying to take it from him. He trips and falls on his back, and some guy. This was all in pure defense. This one, the guy that he injured, he shot him in the arm because the guy had a handgun. As soon as the kid fell on his back, he went to grab the gun and I guess was gonna pop him a couple of times with the pistol. So the kid shot him in the arm before he could get him. So that's total like self-defense. I'm with that. But I didn't hear the story about how he killed the other two people. I don't know anything about that. And you know, just remember, I don't, saying that I don't know what happened there, and then you hear this, like, he went to jail, but he didn't spend a night in jail, even though he killed two people. His parents paid bail, like, the second he got in. So, I really don't know the rest of the story.
I
If
believe
what
he was
did
charged
was a
with
good thing or not.
a homicide.
Right. So, I don't know, someone could have been getting molested or robbed. They could have had a gun at someone else's face, and he thought he would be a hero. Which isn't a bad thing, like a vigilante, if that's what you want to call it. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. So I can't really comment whether or not it was right for him to not go to jail for the murder, because I don't know on the other people's part that he did kill. I don't know like what their story was. If they were trying to hurt some other people, some other innocent people. He was going around asking people on the street during the protest. It was at night, mind you. If people needed like a medic, because he had like a big medic pack on him, and all, and it was really weird because he just walked past the police with the gun in his hand. I don't know how they caught him, but like the first few rows of cops, because they're going down the street in their squad vehicles, pepper spraying people, getting them, shooting rubber bullets, and maybe flash grenades. I don't think they really use that. Smoke grenades or whatever, to like kind of disperse the whole crowd. He's walking up to them and having like a full-fledged conversation with the cops. So I don't know what made them finally decide to arrest him, if it was after or like during when he shot those two people. I really don't know the rest of the story, but it's pretty crazy.
Right.
Yeah, these are just crazy times.
They are.
Did we already say where we
Hmm?
we people know that we live in Maryland, right?
Pretty much. I mean, you already said
Yeah.
it like
In case you
multiple
didn't know, we
times.
live in Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Just
saying-
cut.
I was
Just come
gonna
on down and just like if you hate our opinions, just come on down then, because
Yeah,
Jordan just wants to put our addresses up on there. You wanna.
I
You want-
did not put our addresses. Okay,
Each
the
one of
thing
our
is,
addresses will be down in the description below,
you can
right next to
do
the
your
names
magic.
of who
You can-
lives
you
there.
can shut up. You can do your magic. The state that we live in, I was kind of glad. I'm just glad that we don't have crazy crap like that happening. There was a little thing in the area where I live on Main Street during, like, in the middle of a town hall on Main Street. There was, like, quote unquote peaceful protesting going on there for like a couple days. And then it got out of hand where they started to rock people's cars that would drive by to get to work and crap, of course. So I was getting a little worried because I work not far from town hall. So, but of course that's stopped and dead by now. So I was just saying, I'm glad that we don't really have crazy stuff like that happening where we are, you know, because I would hate to be in the middle of that.
Oh yeah.
And I'm pretty
Definitely.
sure everyone else does too.
Yeah.
What?
One other thing I want to talk about is Leafy getting banned,
Oh
which
yeah.
I didn't get to talk about that. Yeah, Leafy got banned off of YouTube. Which here's the thing I don't like about Twitch and YouTube is that they don't really have any competition, so they could do whatever they want.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, the things that Leafy was putting out were not as bad as the stuff that he was putting out about like 3 years ago. The stuff that he was putting out 3 years ago was, it was bad.
Oh, cringe.
But the stuff that he was putting out about Pokimane, which honestly only like 3 of those videos was actually about Pokimane, it wasn't even all that bad. Honestly, like maybe you could say like, oh, it was bullying and harassment. Maybe you could say that, but it was nothing compared to the old Leafy. So YouTube banned him. They didn't give him any type of warning whatsoever. They just deleted his account overnight. It was just because usually what happens is that they give you like 3 different warnings, 3 different strikes before you're done. They'll send you an email being like, okay, this video, violated our terms of service. Don't do this again. This is your first strike. And then you have 2 more strikes after that. I don't know if you'll get like nuked on the 3rd strike or the 4th time you do it. But either way, without any explanation, and of course this is coming from Leafy, so I don't know if YouTube actually did give him an email or not. But
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Maybe he did get some warnings and he just didn't talk about them. Or...
yeah, perhaps it's definitely a possibility that he's lying that YouTube didn't say anything. But either way, they didn't. There's no way around saying that YouTube didn't give him any prior warning, because once something gets like copyrighted or not copyrighted, guideline striked, there's things that happen to the video. Like I think it like gets taken down, and every time you try to view the video, there's like the sad face, not really a sad face, but like a crooked line face, and it's kind of like, oh, this video is unavailable because of terms of service, yada yada. None of that happened with any of the videos. You were able to see all of them at all times. And then all of a sudden one day, Leafy and his whole nearly 5 million subscriber thing just went down in one day. That was it.
Yeah.
So, and it's the same thing, without any explanation whatsoever. And the same thing happened with Dr. Disrespect. Dr. Disrespect came back on YouTube, and he started streaming on YouTube. But he even said, and of course this could be a lie, but he even said that he doesn't even know why he got banned. Because someone like asked him on the stream, and he said, believe it or not, we still don't know. Like, no one knows why. So, and of course I'm probably like crap talking the thing, the thing that we're putting on right now. Of course I'm crap talking YouTube, but I just don't like,
Right.
Twitch being the main streaming thing now without Mixer anymore.
yeah.
And
yeah,
YouTube not having competition at all. Like, you can still stream on YouTube, but who streams on YouTube exactly? Nobody.
You think
I don't know, I've
Facebook
seen-
streaming will be a big thing? Sorry, Aldo.
I don't know.
Probably not as much as like Mixer and
Well,
Twitch,
Mixer's
but
turning into
might-
Facebook gaming. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah,
Like, all
yeah,
of
I know
Mixer's
that.
assets are going into Facebook gaming. But honestly, Facebook is just as bad. They're buying out all the social media sites, and they're not just a.
Don't they own Instagram and Snapchat now? Do they own Snapchat yet?
I don't know if they own Snapchat, but they're taking all the social media sites, and that's what that is. it's just
I
becoming
mean, hey,
it's just becoming its own, like, they get to decide who can talk and who can't.
Right.
It's going to be a very controlled media. It's going to be very bias based. You know,
In the end, three world powers will remain:
and that's
Amazon, Disney, and Twitch.
pretty much. Well, no, Twitch is Amazon.
Disney, Walmart, and Amazon.
But no, it's just like, you know, even YouTube put out some BS back in June. Said, "Oh yeah, this is the 2020 mid year review," and we're
Oh, I remember
like,
that with
and
Will
we're
Smith, right?
saying, no, 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 that's YouTube Rewind. That's different. But they were sitting there like it was Susan Wojcicki or whatever her last name is, freaking Russian spy last name, and she was saying, oh yeah, we did as much as we could. This is the first like BS thing that I called out. I started screaming at the screen doing it, and I heard I saw like half the comments were the same thing. Was that we did our best to put out the awareness for the coronavirus. And I'm like, no, no, you didn't, because every time that the word coronavirus came up, you always demonetized the video straight up, where people had to like censor themselves, and then every time they put coronavirus, like I saw like Chris Raygun, he put out like a little like that infamous yellow money sign saying like that's a demonetized sign,
Yeah.
and then like in reverse in like weird font coronavirus. And what he said, that basically it was bleeped out, so he put that up so you knew what he was saying. Um, so yeah, they demonetized all the videos about the coronavirus, and it just scared YouTubers from even saying the thing. So it was like, no, no, you didn't. You basically suppressed the news on the virus. You didn't.
Right.
You didn't push it out. You suppressed it. Don't sit here and pretend otherwise, Chief.
What else is new?
yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, yeah, if we're done on that, it's sad news. Sad news today. Yeah, a few days ago, great actor, Chadwick Boseman. Sorry if I said his last name wrong. He's the actor that played in Black Panther and many other. Well, I'm not sure how many other movies, but
I know he's
Good
played.
many.
Yeah.
He played in shoot,
But yeah,
what was that
so-
baseball movie?
Hmm.
Robinson,
I don't know.
think?
I'm not sure. But yeah, sadly, he passed away a few days ago due to colon cancer.
Wasn't it yesterday morning?
I thought it was like 2 days ago. It might have been yesterday, but
Dude, I've
Well,
been awake so long,
because-
it could have been like 3 days ago for all I know.
No, because I remember like the other day, yesterday, my mother told me about it, and then the day before that, Karash told us about it.
Okay. Yeah, it's 2020 is kind of a shit show.
Yeah, it really is.
Me being a big Marvel fan, but also just a fan of Chadwick Boseman because he's played in a bunch of good shit, and part of my French, and he's also, I like him as a general person. He's like really nice and caring, but also mainly because of I don't know how they're gonna fix all that. I mean,
Yeah,
I trust Kevin Feige with my life, and
yeah. No, sorry if you heard me like pressing my controller
No, you're
buttons
good.
into my.
It happens. It
Yeah.
happens. They all know we're on an Xbox Live party.
yeah, they don't know.
It happens.
I trust them, fix the the crap fest that will unfold. I don't know if they even did recording beforehand because remember with Carrie Fisher for episode 8, they are did she die during episode 8, Tristan? I can't
She
remember.
died. I think they started filming some things for episode 8. When she, like before she died, but a lot of her scenes were recycled footage from The Force Awakens.
Right.
So
Oh, yeah. And then I think she also died before Rogue One, too. Because it went 7, Rogue One, then, no, 7, Solo,
what
did
they
it do?
could do is just like write him off as like, oh, he died, like, I don't know.
Well, they're gonna have to show that, because I don't think they can just do that. I don't, it wouldn't sit right. If I was directing that, it wouldn't set right with me, saying, "Oh yeah, he died. We're not gonna show it, but he's dead now." So, I mean, in the comics, I can't remember, volume 5. I think he took a break or something happened to him. I can't remember, from being the Black Panther, and he gave the mantle to his sister, or his sister was old enough to where she just took the mantle as Black Panther, and then in volume 6 she died, and I think we're at volume 7 right now. I think volume 8 might be out, but I just remember, whatever A Nation Under Our Feet is, whatever volume that is, he comes back and he's like Black Panther again, but he's like talking to his sisters like dead ghosts. But of course, they never really die in the comics. They always just bring them back to life somehow. They just make it work. Weird comic book, you know, physics, whatever. They just make it work. But so I'm heavily leaning towards that's what they're probably gonna do, because I don't think you can just reset it, because we've already had Endgame, we've already had
Mm-hmm.
Infinite, or we've already had, um, you know, what is wrong with me? Infinity War, and Civil War. So I don't think they're just gonna reboot it. I think they're gonna have to like pull some strings and try and make that story work. Which, like I said, I trust them. So, but it
Yeah.
is sad. 2020 is a real crap show.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really, really is. I remember like
Yeah, I don't.
saying Happy New Year, and I was like, dude, this year is gonna be like the best year ever,
So did I. Well,
and
actually,
it
I didn't say
just
that.
Yeah, I don't know if I should bring this up since we also got the movie to talk about. I don't want this going on for too long, but what do you think? Should I just say or
what?
Go ahead.
what I was going to say because I don't know if I don't want this to go on too
Nah,
long since we also got to talk about.
go on and
Oh,
say it,
okay.
man.
Hey, you guys remember how when Thanos snapped, wiping out half the universe's population, and then like after he did that, he like saw this thing with like Gamora and as a child and
They like to
stuff.
say that that was the soul gem. He was like
The soul
low
gem,
key in the, well,
yes.
it's not really confirmed. They just like to say that, oh, that was her young soul in the soul gem. That's what they like to say. But yeah, what about it?
Yeah, like there was a deleted scene to where when Iron Man did that
Oh,
at the end of Endgame,
I think I know
like
what you're talking about.
yeah, he went there and he started talking to his daughter, except she was an adult in this soul world, wherever, and yeah, she was just they're just talking, saying, she was like, yeah, I had a good life, like it just it was pretty sad because like because Iron Man died when she was young, but like
Yeah,
I mean, like, yeah, she did say that she still lived a really, she was living a really good life and stuff. But like, apparently, the reason why they didn't put that in the final cut is because the people who did watch it, they were either confused by who that was, or they just didn't like,
yeah.
or they just didn't like that scene.
I could see where people would get confused, because I think I would too, but then I would like figure it out after a little while. I saw this one where, I don't know if you guys remember the first Iron Man well or not.
Yeah, I
That
do.
that the one doctor who helped save his life.
Yusuf.
Yeah, yes, he saw him, and he goes up to Tony. He says, "You didn't waste your life, not for a minute." And then I remember in Iron Man, he said, "Don't waste your life."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Crap, that hit me." That was a good one. But yeah, I'm kind of glad that they didn't add that because that would have been too confusing for a lot of people, especially the bandwagon. Something in my throat. But yeah. Do we want to move on to the movie segment?
Yeah, sure. That's why I wasn't sure if I should set the theme because I didn't know if you guys wanted to move on to it. Okay, so yeah, Tristan, Jordan,
Yeah.
want to start us off?
So yeah, so we're going to switch off to the next segment, which is the movie review. We're going to be reviewing this anime movie called Flavors of Youth. So we're going to take a short intermission. I don't know if it's going to be a moment of silence or like a guitar riff or what's going to happen. It's going to be a surprise. So just stay tuned and we will be back with you very shortly. Hello, welcome back to the movie review section of Resistance Radio. We still have the same
Howdy.
people. Yeah, Jordan's here, Alden's here. We all watched a movie in the span of that 5 seconds that you guys listened to.
Nope. He's
No?
lying.
Okay. So
Cool.
yeah, so we watched Flavors of Youth, which is an anime movie. I don't know when it was made. Jordan, do
Neither
you
do
know
I.
when?
I think it was 2017, 2016. I'm
So
gonna be honest with you.
so glad we did our research on this. So before
I
we
told you I wasn't ready.
I thought this movie was 2018.
maybe, but before we get into specifics, what would everyone? First of all, let's summarize the movie. So basically, the movie has like three
2018.
different stories in it. And there's like three different sets of main characters. The first set is like, I think there's only like one main character in the first one, and then there's two
Yeah.
main characters. Well, there's I guess three main characters in the second set, and probably like 3 or 4 main characters in the third set. It was a pretty good movie. What would everyone here rate it as before we go into like a spoiler type of
Seven, roughly 7.
I would probably say around 7 too, because the graphics were, the animation, like the colors and all, were like at least like maybe a 7.5, but like overall I would just give it just like a 7.
Yeah, I would say 7 as well, to be honest with you. So from now on, we're going to be putting out spoilers. So if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend that you go see it before listening to this. Next
Do you
part.
recommend it?
I would. I mean, it's only like what, an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really like a waste of time, really. Yeah, I mean, it's not like 2 to 2.5
different.
hours of a bad movie. It's just like
It's very different.
it's like a hour and a half of a decent movie with like 3 different
Yeah.
stories in it. And honestly, if you want, you could even cut that down. If you want to watch like the first
Right.
story here, the second story there, because they're not really connected. Not really.
Even though Alden called it at the end of the movie that
They were all gonna freaking meet up.
Meet up. Yeah.
But like they didn't really like interact with each other, but they went to like I guess the same airport.
right.
Which I it was weird. I just didn't understand the point to
Yeah, they were like all getting on the same plane.
yeah. So we open up with Noodle Man, who he just talks about noodles for like the first half hour of the movie. Now when he starts talking about noodles, I'm thinking like, oh, he's just setting us in Beijing, China. He's just like, oh, you know, every morning we eat noodles, and that's what it is. I thought he was just setting everything up. Yeah,
School.
but then he just kept on going on about noodles. It was the main
This
focus.
was the one part of the movie that I really liked because the animation style and the colors and all really came together when you saw the people cooking and making the food.
Right.
That's what I actually really liked about that.
No, this guy just kept on talking about noodles, and honestly, the way he described it sounded like it was like an audiobook. You know, he described it in such a like a book type way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which like I appreciated, but it was just kind of weird seeing everything and describing it to you as if you were trying to
Right.
picture it in your own mind. You know. But it was weird. The second set, unless someone has anything to talk about the first set, it's just all
Well,
noodles.
No, I don't
That's
have
not
anything to say
100% true. Each story has like its own little story. So his was how, as a kid, these noodles kind of like affected him and gave him like his childhood. It was like in a little, really small, like country town, like out in the country, and it was like really, really small. If that, in case that wasn't clear enough. Um, and there was this little shop that sold noodles. I think only that was like in the morning or something, or lunch and dinner. I don't really remember, but um, and he would go eat at this noodle shop every morning before school, and he would see like his high school. It was like middle school or something. Yeah, his middle school
yeah.
crush drive by on her bike with her friend every morning. And you're thinking like maybe this kid's gonna like muster up the courage to talk to this chick, and these noodles are gonna be like how they met or something, or how they like got started or something. But no, he didn't even do that. He went down. Well, mainly because he didn't take the initiative to like do it, and then turns out the noodle people had to leave for whatever reason. I think because
They just like
the
skipped out in town. Like they just
yeah, the
completely
husband
left.
got like another job somewhere, so then they just took everything and left. And then the whole town went to like depression mode or something. So
Well,
then,
I thought the guy said that like they just came up with theories. Like they didn't know the actual reason.
oh yeah, they tried to figure out what it was. Yeah, you're right. But then another noodle place chimed in, and this time it was not
Like
everything
overly
was as
expensive. Like
well.
not enough like
No,
seasoning and stuff.
I think what it was no, he moved to the city after that. This place, not everything was homemade like before. They brought stuff that was already pre-made and shit, and they pretty much just cooked it. Um, the other people, they made everything from scratch, like whether it was rice noodles or like pasta noodles, like with wheat and crap, whatever. They made it all, you know, um, even grew their own vegetables that went into the ramen. I do they call it ramen in China? I think they do, don't they? I don't remember.
Maybe.
I don't know if it's like a Japanese thing only or not, but so this place comes around, and he talks about how he doesn't get the same vibe. You know, not everyone gets the same vibe from this noodle place as the other people. And then he gets a little older, and he moves to the city, and he goes to a ramen place in the city, and that's where everything was like very, very pricey and all. And then I guess, like you said, on it, they don't have as much. Um,
They don't put enough
yeah,
on it. Like enough seasoning. Like
yeah, very expensive
this food
for
wasn't that good.
yeah, very expensive for crap, and not as much stuff. So, and then I think he moves back to the country where his parents are because his grandmother is dying. And in case I didn't mention in the beginning, the very beginning of the first story is this kid, Noodle Man, with his grandmother, eating noodles before school, she made it for him, and then as he got older, a little bit older, he would go to the noodle place down the street and just start, eating noodles there. Not like forgetting about his grandmother or anything, but like because everyone went there and something changed. But and then yeah, so then in the end, his grandmother actually dies. I guess of old age or whatever. So
Like, and before she dies, yeah, he goes to see her on her deathbed, and like, the first thing she says to him, first thing she says to him was something like, "I guess we won't be eating any more noodles together," or
something
something
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was like, okay,
she said
screw you.
sorry. She said sorry, but I can't eat more noodles with you. I'm like, so that's you're about to die, lady.
No,
That's
she
your
actually did die right after that. Those were her very last words. I'm like, okay.
Like, like you're really about to make your grandson feel like shit by saying that.
I
like
think the moral of the very first story was don't take what you have for granted or something. I really don't know.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Um yeah.
But then the second story, someone can go over that.
Second story, we start out with this model, and she basically made a good name for herself and everything, and she was like she had big competition with this other model. It was like I guess like a little bit of drama here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And you get into like the personal details of this model's life. There was one guy who was obviously very gay. Um, he
That was her
was.
manager. You
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like we were like this guy's like low key like gay, and there's nothing wrong with being gay. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like this guy's like low key gay. Like me and Jordan were going back and forth. Like this guy's got to be, and then drunkenly there's this one scene where the model. It was the model, the manager, and the model's sister were like all in their like apartment or whatever, and the model drunkenly told the manager, "Don't hit on my sister," and he looked at the model's sister and like it very flamboyantly said, "You're sorry, honey, you're not my type." And I'm like, oh, that kind of confirms it. Either way, um, so basically, my brain's kind of fried right now, so just bear with me. Um,
you want some help, bud?
no,
Yeah,
I'll be fine.
anyway, like kind of like once that new model came in, like the model that like you like the main model that like lives with the sister, like she kind of like started going to like great lengths to try to stay on top, like
Yeah, it kind of like
starving herself,
yeah, and she
and
lost
to the
like
point where she like even passed out. She even passed out on stage.
Yeah,
It kind
that
of ruined
was
her career from that.
yeah. Her career was ruined from that.
right,
She decided to quit afterwards, and
and then I remember she had to like rely on her sister for help. And at first, she was kind of not really paying that much attention to her sister because of the modeling. But when she got out of it, they became like better sisters because of it.
right.
And then she ended up getting back into modeling, but only through the help of her sister. So then, I
I
guess,
mean, her manager kind of got her, her old manager, but still friend, kind of got her a gig.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, still mostly like through the help of her sister too. They got her a new gig. The sister. Okay, well, I don't know if you guys already said this, but yeah, the sister, she like designed outfits and stuff, like drew in a notebook. Yeah, like different designs for dresses, which the older sister did not know about at first. And so, yeah, and then like at the end, the older sister, the model, started wearing her younger sister's outfits that she designed,
Yeah.
and then that's pretty much how it ended.
Yeah, so I don't know what you would call the main story for that one, but
You mean the main
Yeah,
moral for that?
the
yeah,
moral of the story. Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I never really understood the most of it. Like with the moral, like what we're supposed to take from this. To be honest with you,
Right.
you guys want to move on to the third final story of
Yeah.
this grand adventure?
Yeah. That one I actually kind of like.
Oh yeah, the last one. The last one was pretty solid. So yeah. So there was these. Honestly, can someone else explain it? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my head today. Like I woke up to a bunch of like screaming children in the party, so I'm kind of just my brain's fried.
All right.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of trying to remember what happened in the last one.
I remember it.
I remember.
I remember it, but I can't put it from brain to mouth right now.
The last one was about these three middle school, or I guess you could say
Friends.
lifelong friends.
One thing I want to add on before Jordan goes on, just reminding the audience that in Japanese culture, middle school is much like high school, and high school is much like college here. Assuming that you're listening from the United States, I'm not sure how it is in Europe or wherever
I think
else you might be
everyone.
listening. This.
Yeah, I think
It's
everyone
actually like that in
listening
Europe.
is from here.
It's
Well,
actually
yeah,
like that
but-
in Europe. I had my friend that was like 16 or 17, and he was already in college.
Ah,
Yeah. Um. So these lifelong friends, were together for a very long time, and then one, there was a girl, two guys, and the the one chick and the one main guy, they kind of like liked each other a little bit, and she got sick somehow, or he did. No, she got sick with something and couldn't come to school. So then, to help her out,
Oh, she injured her leg.
oh yeah,
That's why she didn't go to school.
to help her out, he brought a. This, keep in mind, this is like late or early, um, 2000s, I would say, when boom boxes were kind of a thing, or recorders, big ass
Yeah, so
recorders
he
were a thing.
yeah, so he
Yeah.
brought in like a giant tape recorder type thing.
Yeah, to like record the class for her and put them on these tapes. With like film and everything. Um, so
Well, not exactly
film,
film,
but
since they
yeah.
couldn't see each other. Yeah.
yeah, not film, but you know, not
I think
CDs, 'cause
I think
CDs
they
weren't a thing yet.
get what you mean.
Yeah, CDs weren't a thing yet. So, he was doing that to help her out, and they couldn't. I don't think he could really see her, so he would just pass the tape on to like I guess the parent, and then the parent would just give it to her, and then he would come back and get one from her because she would also record something for him. So then they were just going back and forth with these tapes, and then I guess you could say they kind of like started liking each other because they were talking more, and everything. And then something happens where he has to choose between staying in this little townhouse area where they all kind of three grew up, or go to this college where this girl is going to, because the parents are completely strict. And I remember seeing a scene where the father actually slaps the daughter, and I remember we were all like, "Oh, okay."
yeah.
It went there, yeah. So, and of course I made a joke, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
and then-
we're not going to talk about yeah.
And then I blame you guys.
I mean, you blame us. You're the one who started that whole trend.
Yeah, but I left it behind, and
No, you
resurrected it.
Hold on. No, you didn't.
I left it behind. I hadn't said anything.
Until
For a
you got
long
on Modern
time.
Warfare.
Yeah, sure.
But go
And
on. I'm
then-
sorry.
No, you're Gucci. And then, so, they're very strict. So then, the girl,
You guys carry on. I just gotta change my batteries real quick.
All right.
the girl is, looking like she's gonna get in to this university, and the guy's not all that smart, right? So, there's no way he can make it but plot, and he does, and it's already too late. It's already dead set that he's going to that college. I don't know how it works over there exactly. I guess because maybe they had to upfront the money, for the entrance exam. Because I know they have to do a lot of entrance exams over there for certain stuff like that. So, he got in, and there was no going back. So, he became this architect, real smart dude, and she was still living in that area, and like the whole neighborhood where they all grew up was kind of like an old neighborhood, and as times went on, they were trying to tear it down to build new apartment complexes, kind of. It's very crowded in Japan, certain parts of Japan, so they were trying to tear down the old houses and build new ones, like tall buildings, not just like one
Yeah.
story apartments, which most of them were. So, they're all his friends are all still living there, and he's off in college in Tokyo. They're like right outside Tokyo, I think is what it is. So, you know, he's trying to help his friends somehow, I think, with all that. Um, I don't remember exactly what happens. He like he's his job after college, I guess, was not really in charge of building the new houses for that area, but I think he was like trying to talk to the person who was in
He's
charge.
trying to pitch an idea for how it
Yeah,
should be.
yeah.
He even
Because
made a
they just wanted
model
to,
of how it
yeah,
should look.
yeah. Because I think their idea was to just build, to demolish everything. And keep in mind, this is like a pretty big neighborhood. Um, but they were trying to demolish everything and just make it like into one giant big building, I think. And he didn't want to do that because he knew he had family that lived over there. So
Hmm.
he's trying to, make it so that each and every person gets like their own house and all that, which is good. I can't remember where we go from there, but um, yeah, I don't.
Like, yeah, I don't
Now I'm brain dead.
like. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying now I'm brain dead because I don't remember where we go from there, but somehow um, he kind of loses contact with this girl, and then he somehow regains contact with her, and she's all older.
He goes back to visit family and stuff, and
Oh
then like
yeah,
and then his two friends, like, including the girl, obviously, were there, and they all yeah, talk to each other.
yeah. Now I remember. Yeah, he kind of just stays there, keeps his job and all, and they do end up not demolishing but making upgrades to like that whole area, neighborhood and all, and he and his friend start working at this like Airbnb or like hotel type thing. Obviously, I don't. They have hotels in Japan, but I don't think they have Airbnb. Maybe they do. I don't know. But working at this hotel type place, and then next thing you know, I think he designed it too. Next thing you know, she shows up, and he's like, "Oh, it's you." And then I think that's where it ends right there. But then it shows that they're all at the airport, and then for some reason they go somewhere. I don't know where they go. They all go to the same place because they're all at the same airport, get on the same plane, and all. Alden, you said, "Oh, watch, they're all gonna meet up," and
Yeah, before they
they
all met
did.
up, I was like, yeah, okay, it's obvious what's gonna happen. They're all just gonna meet up. Like,
Yeah,
all
mine
the
said
people, all the
no,
characters from the three different stories are gonna meet up. They're gonna pull that kind of BS.
and they did it too. And I don't get what the significance of that was, but
Yeah.
it was a little weird for me because what was the significance of having three stranger groups meeting up, and going to the same location? I didn't understand that part, but I don't know what the moral of the story of that is either. Maybe to like not lose contact with your friends or something. Maybe.
Like, yeah, I don't know if he said it like while I was, like while I was changing my batteries, but like The only reason why the guy wanted to go to the school was because he
Okay.
heard that. Yeah, it's because he heard that she was gonna go,
Yeah, I
and
think I might have
then
mentioned that. Yeah.
yeah, and then it turned out like he got accepted. Well, she was really smart, and that's why she was going to
Yeah.
that school. Like he was smart, but not as smart, so he had to like study extra hard.
Yeah, I mentioned that, and it was
Eh,
crazy because he got in and she didn't, and you knew
Yeah,
automatically that she was going to be the type of person to get in, but turns out she didn't. So that's what caught me off guard, was the fact that she didn't get in. But I kind of
yeah.
liked that little plot twist. That was a good plot twist.
It was
But
kind of sad, but
yeah, it was
yeah.
kind of sad, but um,
I'm just here to make you feel bad about what you say.
where's Tristan?
I'm here.
Oh, there he is.
I've been here.
Because I was gonna close out with you without you. I was gonna.
Ah.
No, I don't know, but I think maybe that's at least what I got from it, was that, don't leave your friends behind because they might be all you have. Because I don't think his family. I think he left his family to go to Tokyo. For some reason, he was mad at them for something, and then he came back.
Because
And
they
got
said that
them
he
all
couldn't do
living.
it, and he wanted to prove them wrong.
Yeah. He did too. Um, the main thing was to prove that he could, you know, get in there with her, but he lied and said that he just wanted to do it for himself. But so
I think they might
but
have seen through him. Yeah.
yeah, so that's where that one ended. So it was an interesting movie, three separate stories in one big movie. The people who made it were the people who did Your Name, which was last podcast.
Yeah.
Which I highly recommend to everybody. Um, but
Oh yeah, but if you do end up watching it, the movie that we're currently doing the podcast
Flavors
on,
of Youth,
and the voice acting, yeah, the voice acting might be a little weird
it's a
because
little weird.
yeah, in the last one, the main guy, like when he's in middle school, his
He
voice
sounds like a
actor
grown
makes
up.
him sound like he's a grown man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the voice acting was kind of weird in this. Not gonna lie.
It was a little weird. I think it was an older. No, it said it was 2018, but you could clearly see that they were trying to go for, you know, back in the early 2000s, and then now everyone's grown up and it's like present day. So I don't think they accounted to hire younger voice actors for certain
Yeah,
parts,
yeah.
Right.
which I don't get why. But this movie was a little weird. Definitely wasn't the creator. Of course, I don't know the creator of Your Name, what his name was. Definitely wasn't his best work. Um, but what are you gonna do? So it was definitely an interesting watch. I do think that people should go watch it out, check it out for themselves. Um, I think that's pretty much it. Does anyone else have anything to add?
Not really. No.
No.
Yeah.
So that has been the 6th episode of the Resistance Radio podcast. We also stream on Twitch. You could follow Jordan here at twitch.tv/hotpocket61. You can follow me at twitch.tv/ApolloYourKing. We stream
And
anywhere
I
from
don't stream.
yeah, Alden doesn't stream at all. He used to stream on Mixer, but that's done.
I mean,
Well,
only once, but yeah.
it was like twice.
Oh, yeah, maybe twice.
Yeah, we stream like different video games. We also try to put out a new gameplay video every Wednesday on the YouTube channel. If you don't follow the YouTube channel, the link will be somewhere. So, yeah. Thank you and have a great day. Thank you for listening to the podcast.
Thanks, guys.